Good evening. It is Tuesday, July 9th. It's just after 6 p.m. and I will call this meeting of the Board of Selectmen to order. Welcome. If you'd all stand, please, and join me in saluting the flag. Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
It's great to hear that in stereo. Most of the time it's just the three of us, but it's really nice. So the first order of business for us tonight is the approval of minutes from July 2nd. I'll entertain a motion to approve as written.
So moved. Second.
Motion made second, all in favor?
Aye.
Next order of business is the approval of the warrants. I will entertain a motion to approve fiscal year 2019 school warrant number 1064 for $85,207.40. General warrant number 1065 for $104,524.80. Payroll warrant number 26A for $189,347.15. And fiscal year 20 warrant, payroll warrant number 1 for $97,749.86. General fund warrant number 1000 for $1,018,733.90. And debt warrant number 1001 for $422,785.66.
So moved. Second.
Motion made and second. Any discussion to be made? All in favor?
Aye.
All set. We have a transfer. How many transfer requests do we have? Request for transfer, Board of Health. Is this the one we took up the other day and they didn't have the attachments? Okay, so this is $14,276.65 from a number of different line items that they have money in, going to recycling contracts into one line item, consolidate the accounts to pay year-end bills. So I'll entertain a motion to approve the
So moved.
transfers.
Second.
Any discussion to be had on that?
Nope.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. And the next one is $275 from the Board of Selectmen Town Office account to the Board of Selectmen's janitor salary. What's the town office's? Calculation error on- Oh, there was a calculation on his salary based on the November special town meeting. So I guess we get a... Did they explain it to you? It looks like it came from Ann, so it's probably correct. I'm not gonna... So it's $275 and it's to cover janitor expenses for miscalculation. So I'd entertain a motion to approve.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. The next item is under old business. I just wanted to let everybody know that we have the Code Red system now in town. Most of you may have received a message on that for the special, the adjourned annual town meeting in June. So with the Code Red system, it only got the numbers for town residents, residential addresses. We have the capability of getting notifications to you by email and by your cell phone. So if you want them to your cell phone or you want them to your email, you can go to the website, the town's website, northbrookfield.net. We will have the Code Red logo embedded on the front page of the town's website. You just click on it and you can enter your information. So it'll, the system is really nice, actually. You can post something generally to everybody in town. Everybody gets it. Or if it's specific to a certain area, like a lot of fire guys are here, if you have an incident in a specific area that's going to impact a certain neighborhood, we can go on and just draw a circle around the impacted area, and notifications go out to those people. So it's really nice. But it's available, and I wanted everybody to know it's available and to add your cell phones and your emails.
Is this something that townspeople can put notifications on, or just us?
No. Yeah. If there's a special event that you want to go out, there's only a certain number of people that are authorized to use the system.
They have to know.
One of the board, we all have passwords. Chief Holloway does, Chief Smith does, I think the deputy chief from the fire department does, and I think a few of the police supervisors have
Just
it.
so that everybody knows that they can't just go on there and put what they want on there. It has to go through us or
Yeah,
someone else.
yeah, they wouldn't be able to anyway. There's a secure access codes, launch codes. It's like a 6-step process. It's not hard, and they walk you through it. It's just a little bit time consuming, especially if you got to get something out in a hurry, like you guys have an emergency situation. Yeah. So, and there's training. I have training links for you, so it's all online. You can just go on and walks you through it. So I'll get you that information so that you guys can start posting stuff. All right, so on to new business. Chief Holloway is here with
Give you a brief
You.
fire report and then we'll go.
Did he just say brief?
I don't believe it.
We all heard it.
Don't listen.
Brief,
It's
we all
all
heard.
lies, it's all lies. Anyway, thank you very much. Thank you everybody for coming. Yeah, we are here for some awards tonight, but just in brief, fire department's been relatively busy. And you do know, we made you well aware, we have a compression problem with the rescue, and we're trying to come up with a plan with you folks, along with the finance board, on how we want to handle it. But that's something everybody's been aware for a year or so, so it's time, it's come.
Was that on the capital
Yes,
plan?
originally, yeah.
So we knew, it's
Yeah.
23 years,
Well,
you said,
actually,
right?
engine 3 was, and we got engine 3 through the grant, which I believe only cost the community roughly $17,000. It was a $500,000 truck.
Yeah,
So this one here is, the rescue was due to come, actually it should have been replaced 3 years ago on the 5-year plan.
right.
So we managed to drag it, through the mud and keep it running, but when the compression went in the engines, it's had its days, it seemed out of time, so.
Yeah.
We have to deal with. We got it in a secondary piece right now, laying line into the first piece, but it's, depending where the fire is, whether we'll get it there even. So East Brookfield's been obliged to send an engine automatically if we need it anyway with our mutual aid, so to keep us backed up till we get this problem resolved.
All right.
So with that said, I might as well just move forward, what I'm really here for. In the fire service for I want to say over 40 years, there's life saves every single day. It's hard to say, every time somebody does an intervention, it probably saved their life, so to recognize all that is almost virtually impossible. But there are some life saves that stand out amongst different ones, and cardiac issues is definitely one of them. I got my EMT in 1976, and I don't know how many times I've had my opportunity and unluckily to work on people that were ill, and I've only had people live 48 hours, 24 hours. But in the last 2 years, with our regional plan and our medics that are involved with our EMS system, with the director, Patrick Christie, and everybody, we've actually had 2 life saves. We did these awards last year, if you remember correctly, for a woman on Route 148, and she's home and well with her family from full cardiac arrest. And and we just had it happen again. So I think it's well worth recognizing, because I don't know if anybody realizes how much goes into it and how all these people live their lives around the fire service and emergency services. I think they all live their lives full-time in it, and whatever they do for another job is part-time in their mind, even though it pays the bills. So with that said, it's a rare opportunity, and we're lucky enough to have somebody sitting here to say. So I'm actually going to have Director Pat, you got a couple words you'd like to say, please?
It's short also.
Yeah,
So
sure.
it is short, but I have to write it out because I tend to stutter. But on Wednesday, June 19th, 2019, at 10 o'clock in the morning on a beautiful sunny summer day, lightning struck. The 911 dispatchers in New Braintree notified North Brookfield first responders of a person experiencing chest pain. North Brookfield EMTs and East Brookfield paramedics rushed to the scene along with North Brookfield police and firefighters to find a woman collapsing into cardiac arrest. Life-saving CPR and advanced life support was administered within seconds. Continuous competent care was performed throughout the entire emergency event. Coordinated efforts from all the responders resulted in Sue here surviving an event that she shouldn't have. The lightning struck in the form of defibrillation, and the thunder that followed can still be heard in her story. As I wrote in the town report and repeated in the donation drive flyer, when good people come together, great things happen. I am so fortunate to work with a roster of well-trained and dedicated professionals. As a citizen of North Brookfield and as the director of EMS, I thank you all.
You know, and not to miss anybody here, but this all comes from the top down in your office to the training we get from OEMS, to finance committee, to everybody. Without everything coming in line, the programs that we have in place now wouldn't be here. So I thank everybody for that. Sue, you got a couple words you'd like to say? This is the young lady that we did face painting on while she was out, and put a wig on her. And,
Well, this won't, he told me to keep it short, but I have a few words prepared that I really want to say. So I'm going to do it, and Joey, you're probably going to be mad at me, but that's all right.
Should we edit that at all, or?
No, you don't need to edit
Okay.
anything. On Wednesday, June 19th, I got up at about 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning, was sitting in my chair, drinking my coffee, staring at my iPhone like I always do, checking my emails. And at about somewhere around 10, I guess, you all would probably know better than I would, I started not feeling well, and I called Sharon and I said, something's wrong with me. I don't feel right. I don't know what it is. She started with a barrage of 8,000 questions, none of which I could answer. And then I realized I was going down fast. So I said, I gotta go. Clicked. Then I called 911. I said, my name is Susan Lyons. I live at 20 Bell Road, and I think I'm having a heart attack. That's the last thing I remember for 48 hours. I know for a fact that had this group not responded as excellently as they did, using their training, their expertise, their compassion, their big old hearts, I wouldn't be here. So, I just want to say, from the bottom of my heart, my family thanks you. Many of my friends thank you. And I thank you for such good work. You did a job well done. It's a miracle I'm standing here today. And I also want to thank the odd man out, Mr. Lucas, the Lucas machine. Mr. Lucas is a machine that East Brookfield lent to us, and it's a machine that does the compressions at the right rate and the right time. And we don't have one in North Brookfield, but they do, and they lent it to us. I thank Almighty God that they weren't out on a call with that machine. Because I wouldn't be here today if that was the case, most likely. So I just want to say thank you, and I'm going to start a committee to try to raise money to get one for North Brookfield, because I don't want anybody to ever have to go through what I went through without that machine. That machine prevents the time delay of the handoffs in CPR. It's an amazing machine, and several cardiologists really strongly felt that I came out of this without brain damage and alive because of the machine. So I want North Brookfield to have one. So that's my next mission. And again, I thank you all from the bottom of my heart. You'll never know what you mean to me. And you can call me anytime for anything, because I'll return that favor if I can. Thank you.
Just in brief, for the people that don't know how the system works out here, North Brookfield's contracted with ALS coverage through East Brookfield and Brookfield. We regionalized several years ago now, and with the blessing of Boston, and the system works very, very well. So we actually, under contract, have 2 paramedics for the most part up till midnight through this system, and then after midnight at least 1, if not more, that's available if they're available. So it's a huge ALS contract for us, and believe it or not, it only costs our community less than some people's salary that I know in the community. So it's quite a system. It seems to help their programs, and it helps our program, and Boston loves it because we're regionalized. So with that said, it keeps us all alive and keeps her alive. But ALS did bring in the Lucas. It's their machine. They brought it in. Most of our intercepts happen right on scene. There's very little time delay. The way I've looked at the records, there's very few times that we actually intercept maybe at Hannaford or someplace. It's almost always on scene. So East Brookfield and Brookfield are fantastic in getting there in a quick manner to assist our EMTs with their basic skills to keep things going. So it's quite a process, and I can't thank you and East Brookfield and Brookfield for all their help. Last year, when we did this awards, it was Brookfield's medics. It was Chief Pete Martell and Donald LaFleur that got the pins. And again, the Lucas machine saved that woman's life. If you can picture where Sue lives in a location that's up high, a beautiful view, a very tough location with the decks and things to get her down into an ambulance. And in order for us to even think of doing CPR while we're transporting, it took us 15 people, believe it or not. This was a big thing. There's 15 people involved here, never mind the hospitals and the dispatchers that ran the program from the get-go. It's hard to explain how many people are involved in something like this, and a lot of calls. But it was huge, and that Lucas machine was able to continue what she said while we were jamming downstairs. You know, not everybody's skinny as I am to fit down those stairs, you know. So we were able to get her down safely with that said. So, without any further ado, why don't you come up, Sue? And I want to start off with something just going to change the thing up really quickly. We want to take a moment to we had some rescues of some animals. We had them on Bradshaw Street a few years ago in a house fire, and I forgot to get a certificate to somebody. And as much as that changes the dynamics, but to some homeowner with an animal, it doesn't. We all know how we feel about our pets. These 2 animals were trapped in a first floor fire. They were on the 2nd floor trapped, and firefighters went up and made a rescue. But when they came out, they were recognized a year or 2 better. It was actually last September or so, a year back. But Nathan Simonelli was working in the ambulance, and he ended up, along with, who was with him at the time? Mike Explain. And they worked this dog, and they took my cruiser to Springfield, and this dog was out, down and out. I mean, it was literally a hot dog. And, did you get that one? Yeah. So, it survived, and it's home with the homeowner, and they revived it. And so that was quite a thing. So we want to recognize that. And then we had a fire on Chase Road not too long ago, back in December, January, and there was 2 dogs trapped in a pen on the second floor. And again, this was a first floor fire in the living room. We got the fire knocked down, and Patrick Christie and Joshua Blodgett made the second floor through the smoke and heat, and found the cage and released 2 more dogs that came running by us so fast it was like the Flash. So those dogs survived. So we'd like to recognize that, so we have some certificates. We'll give those first 3 quickly, and then we'll move on to the life-saving techniques. Nathan. Good job, Josh? He's having some back work done, as you can tell.
Good job, bud.
Thank you. Good job that day. Nice job. And Pat. Okay, so we're going to start down the line of the people that work the CPR call. We'll start on this end here. So just hand them from here, top down.
Okay,
And you keep the pen and you can hand them the pen.
all right.
And
You
I'll
writing
hand them
the
this,
certificate?
I'll
yeah,
hand
hand
them the certificate.
Okay?
Okay,
So
let's do it.
I'll hand them to you guys. How's
All
that?
right.
How's that, Pat?
Okay, you
Call
call
them
them
right
out.
up. With great honor to call these people up.
Start off the bat with Chief Joseph Holloway.
Oh,
I know. Here you go. Put your finger onto all the others.
Thank you.
Nope. Chief certificate on pin.
Deputy Chief Darren Anderson.
Oh, and Darren got called out to the
Darren's not
Mass
here?
Pike. His wife broke down on the Mass Pike at the last minute, so she's
Emergency.
so we'll make
I
sure.
was sure.
Is Keith here?
He may be working.
Keith be working.
Captain Keith Marshall.
He's working, Bob.
He's
He works
working.
in the night.
Yes.
He was on the EMS.
And I missed-
Right on scene.
I wouldn't know.
Right there.
Don made it either. Don.
Captain Don Merling.
He's working too.
They all have other jobs as
Workaholics.
well.
Missing out on all the fun.
Firefighter Jesse Abate.
Call me Mammy.
Thanks, Justin.
He's working.
All right, we'll mention his name.
Firefighter Kevin Turlot.
He's working.
The working people.
Firefighter Lyndon Perkins.
Thank you very much for saving my life.
Thank you, Lyndon. Firefighter Avery Nye.
Here you go, Avery. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Working tonight, firefighter Nate Tillison. Yep, see you there. EMT Nathan Simonelli.
Bring it home.
Yeah, he's that boy. That's my boy.
Okay.
See you, kid. EMT Jessica Reese. Not here tonight, stuck in traffic on the Mass Pike.
Oh, boy.
She's a lucky star.
Nice. As we said, there's a lot of people involved.
Police Officer Rich Karen.
Dave, you want to come up?
Thank you.
Is that it?
We'll let Dave hand these out.
Yes,
All right, all
please.
set.
You don't, no, you got the pens.
I get a new pens?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do
You're not
pens.
getting that. No, no, I'll hand it.
Brookfield crew?
So I'm a fire chief from East Brookfield, fire EMS. 3 of my people were on the ALS truck that showed up to assist North Brookfield. They did a phenomenal job from what I've been told.
Oh, yeah.
So the first one I'd like to recognize is actually was a paramedic, third rider, who's new to our department as a paramedic. She's been an EMT with us for a long time. Is paramedic Ashley Marks.
You
Good job.
were awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Ashley. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Awesome
This
job.
way.
Awesome job.
Thank you.
Also on the ambulance crew that day was EMT firefighter Trish Allen.
Car driver.
Stepping on you.
Got it done real quick. Thank
Nice
you.
job, Trish,
Here.
thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks, Al.
Thank you.
And then the paramedic on the truck that day, who was obviously integral to this call, paramedic Josh McCrillis, paramedic.
Josh has been doing this a long time.
Thank you, sweetheart.
Josh?
I love you. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you. I've been doing this for a very long time. I've been in EMS for 25 years full-time. I've been very fortunate in the last 13 months. Susan is actually my 3rd cardiac arrest saved, my 2nd one with East Brookfield. I work part-time for the town of Townsend. I had a cardiac arrest saved last year about this time there as well. Without Ashley, Trish, all the guys from the fire side, Chief Hallway, Patrick, this wouldn't have worked.
No, I know.
First time I met Susan when she was upright, she was able to complain that her ribs hurt, and she wanted to find the guy who, caused her ribs to hurt, so I told her about Lucas. That's her mission to get Lucas. I'll tell you what, it's a great tool. I wish you luck.
Thank you. We're gonna try.
I'm very glad you're here.
We're gonna try.
Chiefs, thank you. Pat, thank you.
Josh, my pleasure.
All right.
You're working with us.
Thank you, Josh. So, without further ado, it is pretty much a once-in-a-lifetime thing for a lot of people in the fire service, so we'd like to recognize it. And again, I can't thank everybody from administration on down for letting us do what we do, and they trust our word and what we need and what we do. And thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
So from the town level, thank you, East Brookfield. We very much appreciate the cooperation and the quick response times that you provide for us, especially with the tools, so thank you very much. And Joe is doing a great job with the fire department and all the fire guys. We say this like privately at pay night and stuff like that, but you guys do a tremendous amount of work for very low pay. The gratitude, I'm sure, I mean, I've kind of been in the service. I know the gratitude goes a long way, and I think, a lot of you do it for the satisfaction you get from saving people's lives, like in this event. But I just want you all to know, from the town, we appreciate your dedication and your service, so thank you. All right. So, public comment period. Anybody?
That machine that they used on me, the Lucas machine, are you guys familiar with it at all?
Yeah, they came and demonstrated it to us last year.
Do you want some pamphlets? Because I'm gonna call them and talk to the CEO and see if I can get them to cut a deal.
Yeah,
Here,
sure.
I'll give these to you guys.
And maybe if you come to a finance committee meeting
Okay.
with the same information, once you get that information, you can
Well,
work with.
Chief Holloway and I have been talking about possibly starting a committee to raise funds for one for North Brookfield, because they obviously work.
Yep. Yeah, they demonstrated it, I believe, East Brookfield you were here last year with it, weren't you? No?
Was it Brookfield?
Oh, it's
It was Brookfield.
Brookfield? And they have one?
Yes.
There were two in the area?
Yeah, that one that saved the woman, their machine saved the woman on 148 a year ago. Helped save that woman. And their machine, East Brookfield's helped. Just
Yep. And if my memory serves, I think they said it was $10,000 range?
about 15.
15?
So we want it for 10.
Well, there you go. Beat them up.
You have
That's how I
to,
roll.
you have to use your charm, Sue.
Yeah.
Use your charm.
Oh, I'm good.
Think about that too, it's not something that just paramedic, ambulances use, it's also for the BLS, and if our truck in East Brookfield is out, or Brookfield is out, if you had one on your truck, basic EMTs, such as what North Brookfield has, are able to use that. So it's not something specialized just for ALS.
Okay. Excellent.
Just to drive home, I actually, I'm also from Brookfield, so doing CPR on a person is extremely hard. I'm sure everybody here has done it once or twice, and it's hard for us. We have to take 2-minute breaks. Every 2 minutes we have to switch out. With the Lucas in place, it's hands off. You set it and you literally forget it, to like layman's terms. So it is imperative to the resuscitation and survival of patients that that's my piece,
Excellent.
okay?
Thank you.
Driving home there.
One of the things that in relation to towns is that it eliminates, there's a much less statistic of workers' comp claims from doing CPR, and that has that's a save right there to a town. I mean, $1 million workers' comp claim given CPR to somebody, Lucas doesn't file workers' comp claims.
Yeah.
So that's a major plus, and that's something to think about too,
Mhm.
for liability reasons, so.
The odds are so much against people that have different cardiac events.
Yeah.
She had a very serious one, and it has a nickname. The
Go
widow-
ahead, you can say it.
The Widowmaker. So, and that's pretty serious, so,
Yeah.
they're all serious, but she really had the full-blown deal, so with that said, it's very rare, and we're just thankful you're okay, along with many
Thank
others
you,
that are
guys.
safe. I can't thank all our friends that help us with do this regional systems work.
Yeah, well, it's definitely worth acquiring, yeah, for sure. Did you want to say something?
I'm sorry, that's exactly what I was gonna say about the workman's comp and, you know, how it would prevent injuries
Yep.
to, the workers, yeah.
We'll be able to get it, we'll get it.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
We'll make it happen.
That's my mission.
Well, one last thing, when you mentioned the code red, just quickly, we are activating the siren system at Bell Hill also for a severe warning, weather warning, along with code red to catch people that might be out of their vehicles or whatever. So we'll be notifying the town public how that will work, but once that gets activated, I just got permission from the selectmen a couple weeks ago to go ahead and get it up and running, and then we'll send out notices and go from there. But if you hear the horns blowing down the road, it's, you'll notice that severe weather is coming along with the code red system. So, thank you.
Excellent. Anybody else? Anything? Nothing?
Thank you, guys.
Okay, so we have a couple of announcements. New Braintree Dispatch Open House. Want to read that? Should be.
Gail, do you have a lot of business to still do?
No, just a couple of announcements to make. We're good. Yep. Okay.
The New Braintree Regional Dispatch Center celebrated its 25th anniversary on June 17th. The center currently dispatches for 10 towns, including yours, answering an average of 55,000 calls yearly. We're inviting you and all your residents to an open house at the center on July 20th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. We'll have static displays from all 10 towns' emergency services, food vendors, activities for kids, and demonstrations throughout the day. We look forward to seeing you July 20th. Flyers will be provided to your fire and police departments to help spread the word in the community. Please contact me with any questions. Sincerely, Lieutenant Kevin Landine, Board of Overseers.
All right, the next announcement is a letter from Chris Ray at the Red Cross. Wanna read that?
This one, yeah.
Yeah.
Dear Chairman Kiley, Vice Chairman Petritis, greetings from the Red Cross. My name is Christopher Ray. I am the disaster manager for Central Massachusetts, including North Brookfield. I'm writing to express my sincere gratitude to Chief Holloway, Firefighter Foyle, and entirety of the North Brookfield Fire Department for their continued support for our home fire safety initiative. Through this program year, we've installed more than 20 smoke and CO detectors in 7 households across town, reaching over 16 residents. We could not have done this work without the collaboration of firefighter Foyle in particular. We remain grateful to have such willing partners in the North Brookfield Fire Department and look forward to continuing the program through the next year. If you have any questions or would like more detail about this program, please reach out anytime. Sincerely, Christopher Ray, Disaster Program Management, American Red Cross, Massachusetts.
Is that a continuing program? We still doing that?
Fire prevention's still involved with the Red Cross, yes.
Okay.
They wanna continue with us.
Perfect. And that's the smoke detector thing that
Yeah,
you
program
guys,
for smoke detectors.
for houses?
Yeah, certain
hardware?
year houses, right, they have to be eligible,
Yep.
but, they've installed a lot, and of course, we install a lot with fire prevention beyond that too, so.
So people that are interested should contact fire
Yes,
prevention
yeah,
at
you
the,
call our office and you'll get fire prevention recorded.
okay. So if you're interested,
This is just Red Cross stuff, the 7, because I know you guys do more than that.
Oh, yeah, we're much more involved, but the Red Cross does certain, age groups as
Okay.
far as homes.
Okay.
And then beyond that, we have fire prevention goes in and tells people what they really need. And, you know, every time we do an intervention or we have any type of fire or anything going on in the house, we check the home for smoke alarms and COs. If they're missing anything, we give them loaners until they get them upgraded.
Mhm.
So we never leave a home, they have standing orders to always leave a home with everything working, or we leave them there. So we spend a lot out of our budget to do it, because we don't always get them all back, but it's worth every dime. We can sleep at night until we get them fixed up.
and then Council on Aging. Read that one.
Sure. Dear community member, as the director of the North Brookfield Council on Aging, it is with great pleasure that I invite you to a community roundtable discussion to address making North Brookfield an age and dementia-friendly community. The roundtable discussion will take place on Friday, July 12th at 10 a.m. at the North Brookfield Senior Center located at 29 Forest Street. This will be an engaging and informative discussion that will allow the community to work together towards becoming age and dementia-friendly. This grassroots effort is designed to change the environment in our community to be more welcoming and supportive of our aging population and those living with dementia, as well as their care partners. With 14% of the people in Massachusetts over the age of 65 experiencing dementia, communities across the Commonwealth are engaging in the age and dementia-friendly Massachusetts movement. As an age and dementia-friendly community, our actions will create a more inclusive society, improving the quality of life for individuals, for seniors, those with dementia, and their families, as well as fostering respect and sensitivity toward others. Please come to this event to learn what you can do to help. If you have questions or comments, please feel free to call me 508-867-0220, and feel free to RSVP to this discussion by emailing coadirector@northbrookfield.net. I look forward to working with you in making North Brookfield an age and dementia-friendly community. Best regards, Diane Nichols, Director.
All right. And I do have one more item. It's on the, it's under railroad business.
Okay.
But since the rail trail and the railroad are now being kind of mixed, and the town, for people that don't know, the town owns 94% now of the stock in the railroad company. So the town is the railroad is the town for the most part. And since Leslie passed away, she was the signatory at the bank that managed the railroad bank account. And we can't do anything with the money, write checks or access any of that money without a new signatory. So I have a document prepared naming our temporary administrative assistant, Ashley Ernst, as signatory. So I would entertain a motion to approve that. so that we can write some checks.
So moved.
Second?
Motion made and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Anything? You get anything?
No.
You good? Nothing on the townhouse, rail trail, you're all,
Dale, is
Oh,
there
good.
anything we should mention about the truck tonight, or should we get together again?
I think Finance Committee's meeting tomorrow night.
Okay.
If you wanna,
I'll meet with them.
meet with them.
Yep.
And
Okay.
one or two of us will be there.
Okay.
But you could discuss it with them, then they can,
Yeah, so we're hoping that truck holds because it's been looked at, so I mean, it's one of those things. We can, we get about $55,000 savings on it if we act on it. But, up in Maine, there's a meeting tonight for another $100,000 for that last purchase.
so how's the rest of the truck other than the engine?
It's rotten, the whole thing's rotten.
So it wouldn't be,
Gas are rotten, the turbos are rotten, the brakes are all shot, we've rebuilt it as much as we can.
all right.
And yeah, it's not, I wouldn't sink a dime into it, to be honest with you.
So putting a new motor in it wouldn't,
Oh, God, no.
wouldn't,
I wouldn't even think about it. No,
okay.
Actually, the water tank holds 750 gallons. It's leaking down to about 650 because we got a crack in the upper section we can't get to. It's over 5,000 calls, 23 years old.
Yep.
It'd be a waste of money.
Yeah, and Green Gold should start producing some money because they're overdue, so.
If you see those options we gave, they're actually really good, pretty good options in there. 0 down, year out, again, 5 years, and if that contract does work out, that might be beneficial. But there's quite a few options I left here in that option. In
Yeah.
order to secure the vehicle, they would want a purchase order with no contingencies to secure it. But the truck's worth about $437,000. It's the same truck that was here last year that your wife got to see at the finance board.
Right.
And again, just to reiterate, that's why we had to take the truck out for a ride last year, the rescue, because of compression problems and the problems with the truck. So we were well aware of this, and we made everybody well aware of it for the last 2 years, and we were just hoping to get it through a little longer, get the fire station built, maybe do something at the same time with that. But when we went to that fire on Warren Street, it failed.
Yeah.
John was up at the tower working, and I came out, and a few minutes later, the rescue came out, and then the guys called me and said, we can barely make Main Street. We knocked, police and myself knocked down with extinguishers before I got upside of the house, so we're kinda lucky. It's junk. If I could put an order and tell you it was good, I would, but it's junk.
Yep, okay. Yeah, we'll talk tomorrow night, try to make a plan, and whether it's leased or purchased, either way, it's gonna have to go to special town meeting for voter approval anyway,
Yeah, whatever,
so.
I wanna do this with you guys, that's all, like we did the packs, however best to handle it.
Yeah.
If we miss out on the deal on the towing truck, which we probably will never find a bargain like that again, but to be pressed for time like that, it's very difficult to deal with. It'll be what it'll be, and we'll have to deal with it.
Yeah, yeah, and you did say that you submitted a grant, right?
We're submitting a grant in September.
Yeah.
To replace the rescue, that's what we wrote the grant to replace the rescue. But now the rescue's failing, so if we're lucky enough to get another truck through firefighters assistance grant, the federal grant, then that money could be applied to that lease program we gave you with no penalties, all that, so.
Yeah.
But again, it's few and far between to get those trucks handed out to us, when we got a $500,000 truck,
Yeah,
a year ago from that grant, but we figured we'd try again with the rescue.
yeah, well, at least we're trying, so,
Yeah, we have tried, yeah.
yeah. All right. Anything?
The townhouse painting project is underway again. I spoke to the sheriff's department, this morning, and he's sending out a small crew next week for the week, to work up in the lift, to do some scraping. We have had some help. Mr. Avery's helped us out. A couple of other guys that were here last year have helped us out. But we could use some more help in scraping, if possible. I've been doing it after work, like between 8 o'clock, 5 o'clock and 8:30. We got out of there a couple days ago, but we do need help with the scraping, and also donation money. We're gonna have to buy a little bit more paint. The primer just sucks right in when you get down to the wood, so we're gonna need to buy a few more 5-gallon tubs of paint. And I was offered, a guy came up 2 weeks ago and offered to replace the flag that was over the door in the front. So when we're ready for the flag to go on, hopefully he'll come through with a brand new flag.
Nice.
And we'll be putting that up, same size as the other one. The other one's really faded, it's been up there for years. So we are hopefully to get a new American flag put on the building. So it'll be a nice touch.
Excellent.
So,
Oh, that 61A property, do we have that documentation?
I printed it and I don't have it here.
Okay, so we'll
But
do it
I
for
know
next.
it's printed in the office.
Okay, so we'll do that next Tuesday, because that's been waiting for a while.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Any other business? If nothing else, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second?
Motion made second, all in favor? Aye. Good night, everybody.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Thank you, guys.
Can the railroad guys see?